Alright guys, welcome back to another recap, another quick one today. I'm green on the day, so another green day. I've been doing really good this year, at least staying green, so if you guys see my P&L here, you guys can see I've only had 3 red days all year long, so that is incredible. By far the least amount of red days I've had in a month and just in general, so it looks like last year the least amount of red days I had in a month was 2, and that's because I didn't trade 2 weeks. Other than that, it looks like it was 4 here. Also didn't trade a week. Didn't trade that week either. A lot of missed days last year. Anyways, but this year 1 and 2, and we got 3 days left in February. So we got 3 days left. Even if I went and read all 3 of those, that's 5 days red on the month. Obviously, I hope I don't do that. I hope I don't even go a single one more red. But pretty green so far. For everybody that's new into my recap, I'm a little bit rambling on, but I trade live every single morning, completely free. Over 100 people there every single morning tuning in, sharing their ideas. By the way, if you're watching this, Kevin Bucili, if you're watching this, he made $72,000 on OSEA today. So congratulations to you, man. Please leave a comment down below. If any of you guys nailed OSEA today, OCEA, you guys leave a comment down below. Let me know what your entry was. If you don't want to show profits, that's fine. But if you guys nailed this trade, congratulations, because these are the trades that don't happen very often. And if you can catch this whole move, that's incredible. So very risky. You can see my trades are selected right now to show, and I have no trades here, no shares, no nothing. I saw it in the morning, and actually even into the morning, I kind of mentioned, I was like, this is not a stock I want to short, but it also wasn't a stock that I wanted to go long in. So just unfortunate there, obviously, but I'm glad I didn't chase that. I'm glad I didn't fall into bad habits and tried chasing this thing down. So no trades for me on that one. Tesla, I made. Let me show you guys my P&L. I'm all over the place today. I did make, close to $600 today. Yesterday I made $900. Day before that I made $750. So, decent days here. You guys might see my trading. This was kind of choppy. Yesterday was very clean. Today was iffy. And iffy because I think I underperformed again. Finally, I got a nice setups on Tesla. Got some nice trades in, or I didn't get some nice trades. I got some nice setups to show, and I didn't take any of the trades. At one point, I was busy watching NVDA, so I kind of had NVDA and Tesla on watch today. And the only reason was because NVIDIA's earnings yesterday that they were good, and this thing ran $30 and gapped up. So I thought, you know what, maybe this is going to be the level to watch today, or the stock to watch today. So out of the gates, daily level, I went ahead and showed my daily guys to the left so you guys can see it. You see that double top at 230, so that's pretty strong, right? So we went up, and I was looking to see if NVIDIA wanted to hold 230. Ideally, I should have taken the trade down there at 230. You see that wick right there at 230, and there's buyers stepping in at 231. So this thing was holding 230. That would have been a good trade. If you want to take the trade here, risk maybe $2 to the downside, and then you potentially get back up to the highs of 35. That's a $3 reward. If you get the run up to 36, this thing still went to 39. That would have been a very nice trade. Unfortunately, I didn't think about it. I didn't take that trade, and I ended up chasing it for high day here. This high day, I added on this micro pullback here, looking for high day. I wanted to hold a little bit longer on this one because I knew this one broke out after holding 230. This one could end up running a little bit longer. So it did. I made $530 on this trade. Got fully out there. Didn't add again. I did mention if it held this pivot, it could have gone another leg, but I didn't add there. That was my fault. And even when I was in this trade long, I was like, if it holds this pivot, I'm going to put my stop under that and let it run. Didn't do that either, and it did exactly what I thought. I tried flipping short on this one now because, we got our move. We got to 230 hold. We got the high day breakout. This thing is up from a giant gap of closing price or a high of yesterday, 210. So this is up $30 a share from yesterday. So I thought, this is not going to hold up here all day long. So I flipped to a short bias and kind of scalped this thing. I think at that point I ended up watching something else and didn't end up holding it. But then there's another clear stuff through high day. Breaks high day, stuffs right back down. This is your cue to take some shorts here. And your first target would be this 235 level. Target hit, and then your second target would be 230, which you didn't quite get, but that would have been your next target there. 235 was a nice level here as well. I almost took a short on this stock right here. Would have nailed that one there. Also a nice little dollar drop there. If I would have held it a little bit longer, obviously that wouldn't have happened, but that was just my simple trade on NVIDIA. Pretty clean trade, 1 and done, 2 and done, and made $530 here. Tesla, I'm going to go over my trades. I think the most I was up on Tesla was maybe 150 bucks. So I took some decent scalps here at the open. I think I ended up going long, saw that 205 was holding, ended up going short again. And the trades that I missed on this one, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and take this off, and you guys are gonna see this. And I tell you guys all the time, you're like, well, why didn't you catch all of this, bro? This thing just went from 201 down to 198. Well, yeah, I know that, and it went straight down. But when you're in this moment and you're trying to take this trade, there's nowhere to take this trade unless you nail the top on some of these, or you're chasing it low and you hold through a tiny pullback green, and you just pray that it does this and doesn't do that. So didn't get on any of this at all. The trade that I think I could have gotten was this. So kind of breaks down trend, and we also had that flat bottom here of this what was it, 203. So as soon as I saw 203 not holding, this tried retesting VWAP. I was already breaking trend lines on the backside of this tiny little trend here. You know, I don't like to be so, like, if this thing would have squeezed, I completely forget this trend line. But just right now, kind of holding it there, even holding it like this, you know, like this. Either way, it doesn't matter. You know, how you can draw them however you guys want it. But either way, rejected VWAP, lost that level, and then once it lost that level, it had a nice little bit of a retest right there. So kind of bottom fell, retested it right there. That would have been the better entry, probably the one I would have taken right here. And then you would have gotten all that move. At that point, I thought this was a double bottom, so I didn't think Tesla was going to keep dropping. And at this point, I didn't want to take it. Now, there was another trade and another little trend line here. This is the one that I called out and I missed. So this is the only one that I am upset about. So I called this trend line. I said, if this trend line breaks, and we got $200 right there. I said, if this trend line breaks on stream, if this trend line breaks and $200 does not reclaim for buyers, this is going to go right back down to lows. And this should have been the plays that I should have been adding, risking maybe this pivot there, this high, or just a little bit higher, 201 or something like that. And then I would have gone then moved back down to 197. So that's the only trade today that I saw it, I liked it, and I didn't take it. So that's the one that's upsetting me. The only reason why I didn't take it, and I was already kind of frustrated on the day, was because of AMAM. And AMAM was a stock that off the open, I'm just going to put on my big chart. Off the open, I was like, I kind of like this one for a short. You know, I looked at the daily, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 green days on the daily chart. You know, I thought this thing is extended. I thought this thing was due for the first red day. I thought this thing was not going to be strong today. And so I ended up taking a few shorts on this thing early on, very tiny size. So I started very tiny size because I was looking to add $5.50 for that double top on the daily, or $5 and $5.50. But I didn't get it. But let me show you guys my chart, so I'll pull it up here in a second. But I ended up taking a small stab on this one right there, very tiny size here. Ended up going against me. That's why I didn't stop out here. I should have stopped that right there, but I ended up adding to a loser there, so that's already a no. That was a bad trade there. And finally, this right here exit was full stop of those two, so I'm glad at least I stopped out because these were two small scalps. But even if I held small scalps from $5 all the way to $6, that's $1 a share. Even if it's 1,000 shares small size, that's $1,000. You know, it starts adding up. So messed that up. Then I tried it at that 550 double top, so kind of right here. I ended up getting that kind of like the 550 break. Okay, extension past 550, I'm short, right? 560s, right? And then this moved back down, and I saw this right here, and I swear, like, this thing was not excelling. Look at the volume. It just absolutely dried up. That's something that I like as a long. So when I saw that, I was like, I am out. I decided to cut it right there. Then I don't know why on this little squeeze here, I was like, okay, this is not going anywhere. This is the top. So I ended up adding there and got squeezed right away. Stopped that right there. The next one, this is the one that also kind of upset me. So this was full size twice. At this point, this was starters. This was full size. I think this one was also full size. So this one was starters. This was full size. I think right over 5. Yeah, 550 full size. So that's 2 or 3 losses there. And then this one comes in right at 6. I literally shorted it right here. Like top tick this candle over here, like 595, something like that. And I don't know why. I downsized my share size incredibly by a lot. I don't even know if that made sense. LAP is absolutely squeezing. By a lot, you know, this thing, I went from, you know, if it was 1,000 shares, I would have gone down to 200 shares, 100 shares, something like that, you know, like a fifth low of the size. And so the one I dropped down the share size is the one that ends up working. And so that one, I followed it down, made some profit on it, but not as much. Hold on. Sorry, I had to stop the recording real quick. So I ended up taking that one, very tiny size. You know, I made some profit. I took some off. I actually re-added it, and on this re-add as well, On this re-add as well, again, I played it tiny size, re-added right there, top tick that entry pretty nice, followed it down, took my profit off the table, tried to minimize the red day, and saw it just holding the same way it did earlier. No volume on those red candles there, holding that 560, trying to go for another leg. So I ended up getting fully out of that one. But because I took a very small size, I was still red on the day. And then at this point, it was just pretty much revenge trading. I mean, I saw all these wicks here. I tried shorting a couple of these, but I was kind of late to the first one. So this thing stuffed right here. So this thing ripped and then stuffed. And at that point, I was like, you know, this has gone from $4 to $6. It just stuffed. It's dead. So I added right here, looking for the flush down to VWAP. Didn't hold. Got squeezed back up. Tried it again on this one. You know, it stuffs. I was late to it. Didn't want to catch the big squeeze, so I added short here right as it tucked back under 6, and then stopped out and then squeezed again. Added again one more time here. This one I was the one that I finally ended up nailing. So I got 1, 2, 3 red trades, and then this is the one right here in the box that is the only one that I ended up nailing, but I nailed it with the same size that I took these. So this was full size, this was full size, this one was the same exact size as that one, and just because of that, even though I was red through all of this, I ended up getting back to green with this one trade right here, and I decided to just call it. Now, this was a very scratch green day. I mean, I could show. Oh no, I closed my platform. I would think I was up like 20 bucks. You know, it just happened to cancel everything out. But locate fees and fees, commissions, and stuff like that on this one added up for trading a bigger share size. In a lot of shares, so I did end up red because of fees, but I was green on the ticker, and at that point I just decided to call it. Didn't touch any of this, and now it still kept painting higher lows. This stock was very tricky to trade, very annoying to trade. And look at this, pop, 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 higher lows, stuffed, higher low, stuffed, higher low, stuffed, higher low, higher low, higher low. Finally went for the squeeze. I did end up taking a long on this account right there for that move, 19 bucks. Stuffed again, higher low, higher low, higher low. Went for another run, stuffed, higher low, and it just kept holding and holding. Finally broke that trend line there and flushed down a little bit, but it was very annoying to trade. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recap, guys. Appreciate you guys watching. Leave a comment down below if you guys nailed OCEA. That was crazy. Other than that, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow for Friday trading, last day of the week, and enjoy the weekend. So see you guys tomorrow on the live stream.